Welcome back, friends. It's Anders. Today we are making the Blood and Sand. This is a scotch-based cocktail, classic, and I'm guessing if you're into scotch and classic cocktails, you may have already had one. Now, I've been making this for years. People love it. It's got a following. But the truth is, I've never loved this cocktail. I find it a little lacking. I think it's overrated. I'm gonna say it. Now, before you start typing your comments in defense of the Blood and Sand, I have presented this in the way over the years in a way that's slightly different that I think is an improvement. It's fun, and I'm gonna show you, but I'm also gonna show you yet another way, which involves acid-adjusted orange juice, something I have not done in the Blood and Sand ever before. So we're doing this live. No, we're not. You know what I'm trying to say. My reaction will be real. I mean, it's always real. I don't know going into it. That's all I'm trying to say. We're gonna have two great cocktails. I'm gonna invite Oz on to taste them. I do wanna say that today's video is sponsored by Cellars. We'll talk more about this later. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more sips, tips, and recipes, and let's go make the Blood and Sand. To the bar. Today's video is brought to you by Cellars. Cellars is the monthly online wine subscription that pairs you with your perfect bottle of wine. Go online, fill out a 7-question quiz, and with those answers, the algorithm knows what wines to send you based on your taste preferences. Once a month, you will start receiving a box of wine, all different bottles, and inside you will find corresponding cards that tell you everything you need to know about the wine. So if you are somebody who's looking to learn more about wine, this is a fun, easy way to do it inside your own home. This month, I've got the Stone Lantern, medium red blend, serving temperature, food pairings, and what flavor profile. They have little pictures here for you. So blackberry, blueberry, vanilla, nutmeg. Ooh, definite blackberry and vanilla. If you use my link down below, new customers receive 50% off their first 6-bottle box of wine. When you drink it, you can go online and rate each bottle. With that rating, the algorithm knows Anders likes this wine more than this wine, so we're gonna send him wines that are more like this wine. Raise your glass. This is to wine knowledge. May it forever grow inside your head, and may you enjoy every bottle, and then you can go to bed. Thank you, Cellars. Back to the film. We first see print of the Blood and Sand in 1930 in Harry Craddock's The Savoy Cocktail Book. Although we don't know for sure if he actually came up with the cocktail or just was the person to put it in print. So we don't know the origins of the cocktail. However, it is widely accepted that most likely it was named after the 1922 film Blood and Sand, which I've never seen. Apparently it's about a matador that has relationship issues. Anyway, that film was based on the 1909 book, I think, called Blood and Sand. It was a Spanish novel. I haven't read that either. I have had the drink, and it was not all that great. Here's the thing, I wanna like the Blood and Sand, and I'm actually pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, because I know that other bartenders have changed this recipe. See, it's 4 ingredients: scotch, cherry liqueur, sweet vermouth, and orange juice. And the problem is the orange juice. We've talked about this before. I don't like mixing with orange juice. It doesn't give you the zip that lemon and lime give you. And in a cocktail, it just starts to fall flat. I've read other bartenders use the word flabby for orange juice in a cocktail, and I think that's actually pretty accurate. It's flabby. Now, I have seen other people acid adjusting their orange juice to give it the acid that lemon and lime would have, so it drinks more like a sour cocktail, which is what you're wanting in this drink. So I've never got around to doing this, so I'm gonna do it today in front of all of you people. I'm gonna do it the way that I've always made it before. People seem to really like it. Not tooting my own horn here, I'm just saying, before Blood and Sand, it's pretty good. And then I'm gonna make it this new way, which I'm excited about because I think this will solve all of my problems. All of them. Every one of my problems will be solved with this one cocktail. Now the booze. For the traditional Blood and Sand, we will need scotch, sweet vermouth, cherry liqueur, and orange juice. Scotches vary very much. I am using the Monkey Shoulder, which is a blended malt whiskey. But if you have a favorite blended scotch, that's what you should use. Single malt Isla Scotch might be a little too much in this drink, unless that's what you like in a drink. But it's probably gonna be pretty much all you taste. Sweet vermouth, whatever your favorite is. I like this one a lot, it's nice and rich. The cherry liqueur, this is cherry hearing, and this is pretty much what most everybody uses in the Blood and Sand. It's a Scandinavian cherry liqueur, it's really rich, kind of sweet, There are other cherry liqueurs like maraschino, but it's gonna be quite different in flavor. They are two very different cherry liqueurs. Use cherry hearing if you can. For the orange juice, this is fresh. You want the juice of an orange. Orange juice, let's spill. This cocktail is gonna be shaken because we have the juice in there. Actually, both cocktails are gonna be shaken, and I'm gonna serve them up. So get your glassware chilled now. Let's build the first one, the traditional. This is all equal parts. We're gonna go 3/4 of an ounce of scotch, 3/4 of an ounce of sweet vermouth, 3/4 of an ounce of cherry hearing, and 3/4 of an ounce of orange juice. Now we can add ice and shake. Give it a shake, good and hard. We wanna add a lot of air. That orange juice is gonna foam up a little bit, and we actually want the ice crystals in this. So shake it as hard as you can for 15 seconds. Grab your chilled glassware. Typically, I like to double strain my shaken cocktails, but for this one, I'm just doing a single strain because I want the ice pieces in there. This is just something that I do. It adds texture. That's my sand in the blood and sand. Now to garnish, I'm going to do a piece of orange and a cocktail cherry. There we have my traditional blood and sand. Cheers. It's actually been a while since I've had this. It's not bad. It really isn't. I feel like I was poo-pooing this drink quite a bit. It's very juicy. If you like a juicy cocktail, I really like the ice chips in there. It gives it texture. It does kind of liven it up a little bit, but it's not the ideal cocktail for me. So that's why we are gonna try it with the acid-adjusted orange juice. So, as far as the ingredients, let me set this off to the side here. We're gonna use the same spirits, scotch, sweet vermouth, cherry hearing, but instead of our orange juice, we are using acid-adjusted orange juice, which I made beforehand, and I followed the instructions of Dave Arnold in the book Liquid Intelligence. And for those of you wondering, I am making lemon-adjusted orange juice. In the book, he talks about lime-adjusted orange juice. The only difference is lemon-adjusted is all citric acid, and the lime-adjusted is citric and malic acid. I'll tell you how I made this stuff. Start with 100 milliliters of orange juice. To that, add 5.2 grams of citric acid. I just scaled back Dave Arnold's recipe in the book, but the ratios are the same because I only need a little bit. Stir to combine, and you have made acid-adjusted orange juice. It's really easy. We're just adding acid to match the acidity of lemon juice, but you still have the flavor of orange juice. That's it. That's it. Now we can go about making the cocktail again. 3/4 of an ounce of scotch, 3/4 of an ounce of sweet vermouth, 3/4 of an ounce of cherry hearing, and 3/4 of an ounce of our acid-adjusted orange juice. Add ice and shake. Again, 15 seconds or so. And this one I will double strain. I think that it's a better way to experience it for the first time. So double strain into a cocktail glass. All right, so we could garnish this exactly the same way with a wedge of orange, but because we have the acidic orange in there, I think it'd be nice to have a sweet orange smell. So I'm going to express some orange oil across the top. And I am gonna add a cherry. There we have the acid-adjusted blood and sand. Cheers. Oz, get up here.
Okay, here I am.
Here we are.
I will start with the original version. I think that you should try this one first, though.
Okay,
The
all right.
acid-adjusted one.
Cheers.
Should I taste this?
Ooh.
Can I taste this?
Taste that,
I can
yeah.
go? Okay. Okay.
What do you think?
I think the ice chips are fun. Okay, it's not bad. I thought it was gonna be bad. Yeah, juicy.
Yeah.
Like a punch, kinda.
It is kind of like a punch.
Yeah, it reminds me of that, like cherry, not Capri Sun or something, but you know, one of those bag drinks?
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun?
Yeah, I
Okay,
would
so
say.
Anders, so everyone wants to know, what do you feel about the acid adjusted?
So this one, I'm gonna take another sip again. I think this actually fills that void. It is a sour. This isn't a sour.
Whoa.
It is way different.
It's way different.
It takes over the cherry a little bit.
Maybe the acid could be just slightly less.
Yeah, it does seem very sour.
It seems really
And
sour.
I think without any syrup in there, it's almost too bright. But I do think that the acid adjusted is a fun experiment. And I do think it is a bit more balanced, even though the acid is a little much. I would say this, try the original. I know a lot of people really love this cocktail, and if you do, try it with the ice chips in it. It's fun, and it keeps it light. Those heavy flavors are lifted up, and it's actually a pretty good cocktail. Now, if you wanna try something new, try the acid adjusted blood and sand. Do I think that that is the answer to all of my blood and sand problems? I think yes, but it needs some fine tuning. So
Fair.
kind of what I wanna do is just put them together. Can I marry
Oh
these?
yeah, marry them,
Yeah.
marry them.
I now pronounce you the new blood and sand. I would say that's probably my favorite version of the three.
You know, it's just a so-so
Ah.
drink. The results are inconclusive. That is all.
All right, thank you everybody for watching. Like and subscribe. Thank you Bright Cellars for sponsoring today's film. We will see you next time. Cheers.